Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast, a podcast for English teachers in search of creative teaching strategies. Whether you're new to the show or a longtime listener, I'm really glad you're here for today's edition of Highly Recommended. This week, I want to share a fabulous resource I recently discovered, a website full of short video models for acting games you can use in class when teaching theater. The first time I ever taught a play in class, I really wished I had more theater background to help my students act out the scenes. Luckily, I was able to connect with a creative theater professional to come and visit my classes for a few days. Soon, she had them playing acting games, creating scene sculptures, and generally having a great time while relaxing into the idea of playing new roles. After that week, I always incorporated acting games into my theater units, and they never failed as a community builder and theater bolsterer. I bought 2 books to complement what I learned from my theater guest, and I would recommend them both. One was called Acting Games by Viola Spolin, and the other was called Games for Actors and Non-Actors by Augusto Boal. But if you'd really rather not read a couple of books, that brings me to my recent discovery and my recommendation for today. There's a wonderful website showcasing many of Viola Spolin's acting games through video demonstrations. You get to watch a theater professional coach a group of non-actors, or maybe they are actors, I'm not 100% sure, but I think mostly they're students or adults who have signed up for a workshop. You get to watch these folks coach the actors for the day through the different games that you might want to use in class. It's really nice. With a few minutes of watching a demonstration on the website, you can find a game that you want to use in class. And over time, you can gather a little toolkit of games that you'll learn how to use by watching these nice demonstrations. So let me suggest a short routine where you can stitch some of these games together, similar to what I've used in the past that has been successful for me. And then in the show notes today, I'm going to link the video versions of the different games I'm going to bring up on this website that I'm recommending so that you can easily just click through and check them out. And then once you're there, you can click around. There's all kinds of different games for you to explore. Okay, so before I ever asked students to act out a character like Prospero or Willy Loman, we'd spend 5 or 10 minutes at the start of class with games that would help them loosen up and trust each other a little more, all modeled after what my original wonderful guest artist did. I suggest if you want to try the same thing, you start by making space in the center of the room. You want to push all the desks and tables to the side. Then invite your students to get up and come to the middle. They might be a little angsty about this. They might give you the side eye, but just have them start to walk around. Tell them you want them to keep a bubble of space around them. Like they're all the little molecules in an atom. I think I've got my science metaphor correct. And they have to keep a little bit of space from each other. They're trying to fill the room separately. So they're all moving around. Whenever they get near to somebody else's bubble, they have to veer off in another direction. Have them start slow, reinforce that they can't bump into each other, and then invite them to speed up a little bit. Then they're going like a little less slow and speed up a little bit more. They're going medium. If you feel like they can handle it, have them walk really fast. Have them really jet around the room, not hitting each other. Then slowly have them slow back down. Then it's kind of fun to have them go into slow motion. At this point, they're enough warmed up to move into some of the more specific acting games. So you might have them play a game of slow motion tag. That is one of the games that I'm going to link to the video demonstration. Or you might have them start bouncing and throwing around an invisible ball. That's another one I'm going to link. After a few minutes of this kind of thing, you might even play a game of lemonade or have them try mirroring each other. And I'm going to link both of those too. As your students become more comfortable, you can move into more complex games, or you can just stick with this simple routine, walking around, walking fast, staying apart, going into slow motion, bouncing their invisible ball. These small steps are just going to help break down everyone's "I'm too cool to pretend to be doing anything I'm not actually doing" facades. Remember, while acting comes naturally to a few students, many teenagers are just really nervous about embarrassing themselves around their peers. Acting games help everyone relax before diving into Shakespeare or O'Neill. And this lovely website that I'm going to link in the show notes will help you get more relaxed before diving into acting games.